Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is starting on our arcade game. So you go to arcade.makecode.com, and in the window here you can see an emulator. So this shows what your code is going to look like. You've got your block codes here, and this is your coding window where you put it all together. So what we're going to be doing is creating a player character, a sprite, and then getting that character to move around the screen using the controls. So you can see your controller over here in the emulator, and we're going to get a character to move around the screen. So the first thing we're going to use is on start. It's going to happen as soon as the device powers up. So you click on sprites and you get set my sprite to sprite of kind player. So you'll notice the other options here are projectile, food, enemy, things like that. So this is the player character. So this is the character that you are playing. And over here is where you would put an image of the character. So if you click in there, you can go to the gallery and you can choose some of these that are already there. But I'd like you to create your own. So very simply, I'm going to put together my character, and I don't know why it's this ghastly pink, but nevertheless, and you can put together fairly easily, I think. I don't know. But when you're happy, you go down to the bottom right over here and you click done. And that will give you an indication of what your sprite looks like. You make yours nicer than mine. Mine looks a bit like the Pink Panther. So, and we're going to have to move our sprite around the screen. And if you go into the sprite menu, you'll notice you've got nothing that really helps. So I'm going to try controller. Oh, there we go. Move my sprite with buttons. Okay, so that seems to be the one I want. And I've got my sprite here, but I could change this and I could give it a new name, and I could call it Pink Panther. Pink Panther. And then I'm moving Pink Panther with buttons. And if you click on the plus there, you can change the velocity that you're using. And let's just test it out in the emulator. So as I move the controller, I can move this way. Oh, it's gone off screen. And I can move it this way. Oh, it's gone off screen. So one of the first things you're going to have to do is try and get it to stay on the screen. It's a bit annoying if you go a bit too far and it kind of disappears. So where do you do that? Well, let's start again on the sprites menu and see if it's there. And you just scroll down and you look for something. Oh, there we go. Set my sprite, stay in screen. That seems promising. So I drag that and put that in. And obviously it's Pink Panther. I want to stay in screen, and it's got an on-off button. So if I just turn that on, and then let's see if that works. So I'm now going to go down, and you'll notice I'm still pressing down, but it won't actually disappear off the screen. And that can be fairly effective. So at least I don't lose too much control over Pink Panther. So that's the kind of first step. And what I'd like you to do is just extend that a little bit. Try and create a background. And if you think about it, that might be the scene. So if you click on scene, do you have things here that you can create a background image, a background scene? Try and use that. Most arcade games have some kind of music going on in the background. So go into music and try and see if you can set up some kind of music playing in the background. Now, when you've finished when you're happy that you've got a sprite that you can move around the screen, that it doesn't disappear off the screen, you've given it a background, you've set some music, you want to save it, and the best way of doing that is to click share. So you click share, you've got a name for it, and you click publish project. And it takes a little while, creates it, and then you've got this little link. And you can copy the link and put that on Teams to submit your project. Have fun with it. Create a nice, good-looking sprite. Start your